That evening started like any other long workday in the heart of Chicago. My name is Emily Parker, and I was 29, working as a project coordinator in a corporate office where deadlines seemed to stretch endlessly, and the lights of the skyscrapers reminded me daily of how small I often felt in a city so alive. I had been there for 3 years, quietly working behind the scenes while others took credit for much of what I did. I didn't complain, though. I believed that if I just kept working hard, one day someone would notice. That night, the rain poured heavily outside the wide glass windows of the office, streaks of water catching the light of the city below. The office had mostly cleared out. Desks sat empty, chairs pushed in neatly, and the buzz of chatter and typing had long faded into silence. I was wrapping up reports, my desk lamp casting a soft yellow glow, when I heard the sound of footsteps approaching. I looked up and there was Mr. Harrison, my boss. He wasn't the kind of man who stayed late often. He was known for being efficient, controlled, and meticulous about his time. For him to still be around was unusual. "Emily," he said, his voice calm but carrying a weight I hadn't heard before. "Do you have a moment?" I pushed back from my desk, surprised. "Of course. What's going on?" He carried a folder in his hand, his brow furrowed, the kind of look that told me something serious was on his mind. He placed it on my desk. "I need you to stay a bit longer tonight. There's something I want you to see. Something important." A dozen questions ran through my head. Was this about a mistake I made? A new project? Or something else entirely? I nodded, even though exhaustion clung to me. "Of course. I'll stay." As the minutes stretched into hours, the office transformed into something different. The hum of fluorescent lights, the shadows along the walls, the sound of rain hitting the glass, it all felt heavier. Mr. Harrison sat across from me, papers spread out, speaking in a low tone about inconsistencies he had found in one of our biggest accounts. The kind of inconsistencies that didn't look like simple mistakes, they looked intentional. "Emily," he said, lowering his voice further, "I believe someone has been moving money through these reports. And, if I'm right, it's someone high up." My stomach tightened. The thought of corruption in the company I had poured myself into felt like betrayal. I leaned closer, scanning the papers. He was right. Figures had been altered in subtle ways, but consistent enough to raise alarms. "But why are you showing me this?" I asked, my voice trembling slightly. "Because I can't trust many people right now," he replied. His eyes met mine, serious but calm. "And you've always been honest. You don't play office politics. You're careful. I need someone like you." I didn't know what to say. Part of me felt honored that he trusted me, but another part of me felt the weight of what he was placing on my shoulders. If this was true, it wasn't just about numbers, it was about people's jobs, reputations, and maybe even the future of the company. The storm outside seemed to intensify as the hours passed. Lightning lit up the glass walls, and thunder echoed faintly, as though nature itself was adding to the suspense of the night. We worked through document after document, piecing together a puzzle that revealed a picture neither of us wanted to see. By midnight, I had found a file hidden in one of the shared drives, disguised as something routine but holding clear evidence of fraudulent transfers. I froze, staring at the screen. "Mr. Harrison, you need to see this." He came around to my desk, leaning over to look. His face tightened. For a long moment, he said nothing, and the silence was louder than any words. Finally, he whispered, "This confirms it." My heart raced. I realized this was bigger than both of us. Bigger than the late-night office. We weren't just staying late. We were uncovering something that could topple everything. He turned to me, his expression softer now. "Emily, I know this isn't what you expected tonight. But I promise you, what you did here matters. You've helped me more than you realize." The words stayed with me, echoing in my mind as we wrapped up for the night. I gathered my things, slipping on my coat, feeling the chill of the office air conditioning. He walked me to the door, both of us silent as the rain outside continued its steady fall. When I finally stepped into the street, the city lights reflecting in the puddles at my feet, I realized something had shifted inside me. I wasn't just the quiet girl behind the desk anymore. I had been trusted with something that carried weight, something that showed me I was capable of more than I had allowed myself to believe. That night, I went home tired but unable to sleep. The storm inside me mirrored the one outside. Fear, responsibility, but also a strange spark of hope. Because for the first time, I felt seen. And that night, the night my boss asked me to stay, changed everything.